Lately, I've been spending a lot of time researching color grading gear. I'm trying to understand what both budget-friendly and high-end setups actually look like. I've been digging through specs, reviews, forums, YouTube videos, basically doing a deep dive to figure out what's really worth investing in, especially if you are just starting out or thinking about taking your color grading work to the next level. So in this video, I want to walk you through the most important pieces of gear you'll need for color grading, ranked by how essential I think they are. I will also share my personal experience along the way. Okay, let's start with the most important one, your computer. Color grading is one of the most hardware-intensive parts of post-production. So if you are planning to take it seriously, building or buying a capable system should be your first step. If you are just starting out, even a mid-range laptop with a decent GPU and at least 16 GB of RAM can handle basic grading in DaVinci Resolve. But as your projects get heavier, higher resolutions, more nodes, noise reduction, or complex effects, you will quickly see the limits of your lower-end system. For better stability and performance, I would recommend at least a Ryzen 7 or Intel i7 processor, 32 GB of RAM, and GPU like RTX 3060 or better. These specs will give you a smooth experience in Resolve, even for 4K workflow. On the Mac side, the base model of Mac Mini is a solid starting point. And if you have the budget, the Mac Studio with an M2 Max or Ultra chip is an absolute beast. It's what many professionals use and it's incredibly stable for color grading. The important thing is to start with something that works for your needs and your budget, and then upgrade as your projects grow. You don't need to go all in from day one, but having a responsive system makes a huge difference. Next up is software. So DaVinci Resolve Studio is without a doubt the best investment you can make if you're serious about color grading. The free version is already impressive. You can edit, grade, add effects, and mix your audio. But the Studio version unlocks a whole new world, like advanced noise reduction, lens distortion corrections, film grain, camera tracking, HDR grading tools, 10-bit playback, GPU acceleration, and many more. Also, the color page in Resolve is where everything gets really exciting. The node-based structure gives you full flexibility. You get tools like power windows, custom curves, qualifiers, and advanced scopes. These are the same tools used in professional color suites around the world. And the best part, it's a one-time payment, no subscription. For what it offers, it's honestly underpriced and something you will never regret buying if you're planning to stick with color grading in the long term. Okay, third one on the list is a reference monitor. Now this is a deep rabbit hole itself. There's a huge gap between affordable monitors and true reference displays like Flanders or ASO. Those are amazing, but they're also really expensive and hard to find, especially depending on where you live in the world. But here's the good news. If you are grading SDR content for YouTube or social media, you don't need a $5,000 monitor. A decent color accurate display that covers 100% of Rec 709 or sRGB is totally fine. I've been using the Asus ProArt PA279 CRV for about 6 months. It's not top tier and I do plan to upgrade, but it gets the job done. It's a okay choice for SDR workflows. Also, don't underestimate the Apple displays. MacBook screens and newer iPads are surprisingly good for color reference, especially when they are properly calibrated. Before we move on to the next item on the list, I want to take a quick moment to mention Motion VFX. This video isn't sponsored or anything, but I'm one of their affiliate partners and I genuinely love their products. If you are into editing or motion design alongside color grading, their plugins, transitions, and templates are seriously next level. Everything is super polished, easy to use, and they work really well with DaVinci Resolve. It doesn't matter if you are making commercial work or content for YouTube or Instagram, their tools can save you a ton of time and really elevate the quality of your videos. I'm going to add the links in the description. Feel free to check them out. There's a lot of good stuff there. All right, back to the list. Let's talk about monitor calibration. Even if your monitor says it's factory calibrated, that doesn't mean it's accurate all the time. And in color work, seeing accurate colors is more important than almost anything else. That's why a calibration device is essential. And honestly, any calibration is better than no calibration at all. I'm currently using this Datacolor Spider Pro. It's easy to use and it guides you through the process step by step. You just follow the instructions and it handles the calibration for you. If you want more advanced solutions, you can check out Calman's tools. They are used in high-end post houses and offer even more control. Next up is video I/O devices. These are used to send a clean video signal directly from your computer to your reference monitor. It's bypassing your operating system's color processing. That way, you see the true image with no interference from the OS. Devices like the Ultra Studio Monitor 3G from Blackmagic are built for this. But be careful, it requires a Thunderbolt port to work properly. The Ultra Studio 4K Mini is a more flexible option. It offers SDI and HDMI inputs, and depending on your setup, it might fit your workflow better. These tools become more important as you move into commercial or broadcast level work. If you're grading for YouTube or social media though, they are more of a nice to have. Okay, and lastly on the list, we have color control panels. So you might think this should be the first thing to buy, but honestly, it's not essential in the beginning. A control panel won't make you a better colorist. What it will do is help you work faster and give you more tactile control over your grades. It also just looks cool, like you are piloting a spaceship or something. I don't know. I'm working as a videographer and sometimes DP, and I've only recently started taking on grading work. And even now, I still don't own a panel. But if you are curious and want to get a feel for the workflow, the DaVinci Resolve micro panel is actually a great starting point. It's compact, way more affordable than the full-size versions, and gives you access to the most important controls. But again, it's not something you need on day one. Build up to it when the time is right. So yeah, these are the 5 core pieces of gear I would recommend if you are getting into color grading or thinking about stepping things up. But please remember, you don't need everything at once. Prioritize based on your workflow and your budget. Build slowly and upgrade with purpose. There are definitely more tools we could talk about, but I will save those for another video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next time. Until then, take care.